Welcome, Leo, to your Leo June 2021 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James. For those of you who are stopping by for the first time, and for the subscribers, fantastic to see you again. Much love and affection to you always. I send you lots of energy during the month, which you'll probably feel from time to time. You're very dear to my heart. Now let's see what there is in store for the highly talented and attractive Leo for this month of June. By the way, I've had the great pleasure of doing some one-on-one clairvoyant readings for some of you Leo gentlemen and ladies over the course of the last month. And if you'd like to see how easy it is for that to happen from anywhere in the world, just check out the information in the description box. Have a look at the website in particular. I think you'll find it interesting. Now, what can I say? We're going to take 5 cards because 5 is all we're going to need to see what's in store for you and what messages need to be given to you. So, what is there? Now, this deck is a sort of a European deck. There's the Hermit. It's the artwork on it is medieval. So I think you're going to find it quite interesting. It's different. There's Justice, Hermit and Justice. It's different to what we normally do, although we do use a variety of decks here on this channel, don't we? We usually use a different one each month, but I just have this one here, and I thought, I don't think we've seen this one on the channel before, so we'll use it, and it will give the same good results to you. There's the 9 of Swords, 6 of Coins, as it normally gives to clients of mine. And what's the last one? It's this one here, which is the Chariot. What a very interesting depiction of the Chariot. As I'm sure you'll agree when you come and have a look at these things with me in just a second. So come and sit down next to me. We'll have a good close look at the cards together while I do the reading for you. All right, now, can you see? I think you should be able to see those. Let's have a look at this card here first. You drew it first. So let's see what the Hermit might have to say to itself. Well, this sun is not really illuminating the path of the Hermit, is it? It's really the internal light which is doing all the work there. There are times when restlessness or inner calling motivates you to withdraw from the outer world, seeking some private time for introspection, or it may be a desire to physically take a journey to explore the deeper meaning in your life. And sometimes your destiny puts you in a place where you are forced to find a deeper understanding of what true inner happiness means to you. Well, this card brings a time when you are searching for answers. The Hermit is the one who steps out of the darkness, shining his lantern, showing you the way. The Hermit's number 9, well, that's the number of completion, of breakthrough and initiation. The Hermit is the inner guiding light within you. He is the way shower who brings spiritual wisdom. When you are seeking guidance, healing, or understanding, he represents the wise one or the guide, helping you along your journey to recognize the deeper values of life itself. The lessons that the Hermit offers on your quest are the light of love, the appreciation of simplicity, self-respect, and freedom from the material world. The Hermit teaches spiritual wisdom from the heart. Though your paths and quests may seem very different, your destination to the heart is the same. And this journey must be taken alone to truly understand self-love and living it. The outside world is a great teacher, stretching your consciousness and bringing you to the feet of the Hermit, who then shines his light into your heart and spiritual being. And in the end, all journeys that you take, they must always return to yourself. For truly, That is where your answers lie, in yourself. The concept may seem easy, but doing the work can be a treasure hunt, and many times you can still end up in the dark. But the Hermit brings to you now a time for review and introspection, and the opportunity to develop your inner wisdom by seeking guidance, maybe from another, or through inspiration, or maybe just from prayer. And when you pray, don't use words. Just set an intention and clear your mind and let things come. This card indicates that there will be something of a withdrawal from your active life, maybe by taking a retreat, something of a bit of a holiday, a sabbatical. There is a need, I think, from time to time, to be alone and realign with your inner self, discovering your spiritual self and how your spiritual beliefs are reflected in the outside world. This card also, for you, this month, signals a time to enjoy and appreciate the simple joys in life. Now, I'm going to talk about the Nine of Swords here. I want to make a couple of preliminary comments. Normally, the Nine of Swords can be seen as being a bad card, but there's a couple of things which relate to it, because for me, the energies relate to one another. You have the Chariot here, which is very positive. There's 6 of coins acting on it, and Justice on the diagonal. So these are limiting the things. So rather than saying that this is something that's going to happen to you, this is saying this is something to be aware of, so that if circumstances in the future arise, forewarned is forearmed. And really, the woman here, the veil is lifted, and I won't talk much about the scene itself, because in the medieval way, it seems quite graphic enough. Now, the Nine of Swords is an energy that enters late at night when you are feeling most vulnerable. Guilt, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and suffering can torture you, leaving you alone, locked in your personal prison, where isolation and loneliness prevail. Your inner demons can haunt you with fear and with doubt, causing emotional pain and anguish. The Nine of Swords is, in a sense, the epitome of the dark nine of the soul. But the thing about this card is to recognize, confront, and work through your pain, be it through meditation, through prayer, or counseling. You may need, at one time or another in life, to shift the energy, so the painful situation will pass. Now, the gift of the Nine of Swords is the realization that you are not alone, but you are connected to the greater whole. You are a soldier on the light and of the light, and need to forever follow that loving light with every thought you make and every action you take. Now, we can from time to time create our own personal dungeon, can't we? All the negative actions or thoughts we have suppressed or avoided come back full circle to haunt us. Through thought patterns and actions, we imprison ourselves in a web of circumstances where it seems impossible to free ourselves. Our mind, the ego, is being tortured with no apparent escape. Now, if this happens to you, and it happens to all of us from time to time, well, your first instinct will be perhaps to blame others or circumstances for your situation, but hiding behind that dark shield won't work anymore. The spirit will have brought you to your knees to face your personal demons, putting you back on the path of love and light. It will be a time to confront these dark places and demons, neutralize them by shifting your focus from negative thinking to a higher consciousness. Really, the energy of the Nine of Swords is one of the more difficult to work through. Life will bring you the Nine of Swords from time to time in many guises, and it can be a painful experience. But if you have the courage to grasp the light, to climb the ladder of swords, back to the Ace, which is about enlightenment, it will lead you to great healing and transformation. Anyway, that's just something to bear in mind, I think. Let's have a look at this central card here, which is the what? What is that? Six of Coins. Oh, great. Now, let's have a look at this. Now, in this picture here, we have a merchant that's quite freely giving money to a monk for a monastery. This is Mercury in the second decan of Taurus, and Taurus is a fixed earth sign which loves comfort and the good things in life. Well, this card is bringing material success, accomplishment, and prosperity. It places you in a position of, well, I think some degree of monetary security, where you'll feel that you are experiencing what is for you a level of abundance. But it also brings you inner wealth, spiritual wealth. This card awakens the consciousness to the universal law of giving and receiving. The key to this Six of Pentacles, if you like, is really to share your material and inner wealth without judgment or expectation. You know, the gift of this Six is fulfillment in your heart and the cycle of abundance returning to you. This Six is a gateway card, really. It's a gateway energy, bringing you to a place of higher awareness, understanding how the cycles of the universe and the individual work together. It presents you with a chance to become a living example of giving and receiving. When you give or share without condition, attachment, or expectation, you align yourself with the cyclic energy of universal wealth. Now, this card can also refer to supporting charities and volunteering your time, helping in your community, in your environment, or any cause that calls you. The card definitely presents sharing, generosity, and charity. How you view giving or receiving is a reflection of your inner wealth, you know. To give and receive from a balanced perspective keeps the energy of your life force flowing, not only in your being, but also with others and with the universe. This energy renews your cells in your body and heals, bringing joy and fulfillment. Now here, you are offered the opportunity to achieve abundance emotionally, materially, physically, and spiritually by understanding and living the universal law of giving and receiving. What you give freely comes back to you twofold or more. Send out positive energy and goodwill towards others, towards nature, and towards Mother Earth, and in return, find yourself in the universal flow of joy, harmony, and well-being. Everyday miracles that come in all shapes and forms are bestowed on you, bringing exactly what you need. You exchange the energy and thoughts and intentions with the universe every day, so be aware of your motivations. By making conscious choices and acting from a place of unconditional giving, you dictate your future. This card teaches the lesson, I suppose, of what goes around comes around. It brings material success, as well as peace and happiness. It opens your heart to the qualities of compassion, love, and generosity. Now, while we're in a cosmic state of mind, let's have a look at the Justice card here. I think the artwork on this is quite interesting, don't you? Now, Justice here stands holding her scales in balance, weighing situations and making fair decisions. The scales really are part of her actual being. Justice represents keeping your inner balance centered as you live your life in the chaos of the world. Justice encourages you to look deep inside yourself and identify any contradictions throwing you off kilter, balancing your intuitive self and spiritual values with the conscious mind and moral values brings inner strength and clarity to make just and right decisions by you. Let me pull that out a bit there. There it goes. Justice works with all matters of earthly law, cosmic law, and karmic law. Justice integrates and balances these laws within her when decisions need to be made. Now, with this card, you begin to take responsibility for your choices and your actions, weighing and measuring your next move. You realize that the steps you take will not only impact you, but also others. Justice helps you see, to live your life in balance without the inner tension of opposition. Now, when unsettling situations in life arise, as they do, they can leave you hanging with no solution or with indecision. Your clarity and direction can become foggy, signaling a time to still yourself, to go within and listen. The mind and heart will duel together as long as you feed the fire. Let the principle of discernment and balance pierce the pool of the subconscious and inner wisdom. Pray, meditate, and let the poles of opposites come to rest. A solution will arise. It may not be what you wanted or expected, but if it feels right in your body, heart, and mind, then you have an answer. Now that takes us finally, I think, to, what is it? The Chariot. We've done everything else, haven't we? Yeah, here we go. Wow, this is an interesting thing here. Gee, you know what this reminds me of? You see this chariot which is on fire and these horses that are aflame. It reminds me of a passage which is in the book of a book in the Old Testament, or the Hebrew book, the second book of Kings. So 2 Kings, chapter 2, verse 11 from memory, when the prophet Elijah was taken up to heaven in a fiery chariot with flaming horses. And he left behind his cloak to his student, or his follower, whose name was, let me think. Oh, the evangelical members of the audience will need to help me here. I think it was Elisha. Elisha was the follower of the prophet Elijah. Anyway, he was taken up to heaven in the story, in the flaming chariot, and I suppose that's what it refers to. Now, for you though, This represents victory through willpower and self-mastery. Now, this celestial chariot moves into your life fast and then rests to help you assimilate all that has taken place. The chariot symbolizes action, change, victory, success, moving in or out of a situation. It can also refer to traveling, refocusing, new perspectives and thoughts. And while this transformation is happening, the future ahead can be unknown, and familiar skills that you once relied upon, well, you may find that you have outgrown them and that they are no longer useful on your new course. Change can make you feel restless, uncertain, or fearful, pushing you off center and struggling with the courage to go forward. Well, the chariot symbolizes the cosmic warrior who has traveled through many experiences and learned if you have the will and determination to dig deep within, you will find the well of inner strength to overcome any blocks that hold you back. Now, as the charioteer, in this case here, rides the heavens, he masters the ever-changing inner and outer realms of life. The chariot symbolizes the self and the direction or path that you are taking. It represents your physical expression as well as your spiritual expression. Now, the chariot's number is 7. Well, 7 is the number of mastery, victory, and initiation. 7 is also the number of the seeker and of transformation. So the chariot is bringing in some change, and change is going to help you grow, to evolve and transform on many levels. Now, change is going to bring opportunity to you, the beginnings of new life, new realities, new views and perspective that stretch and deepen your human nature. Change really is magical. It opens doors and creates opportunity. Now, how you drive your chariot is a reflection of how you handle life and its oppositions. The chariot is full of movement and opportunities for success. It also gives you quietude and rest so that you are able to listen to your intuition, your inner voice. This energy here brings you the willpower and intuition to ride the rocky course of life into victory. And when the charioteer enters, he brings you confidence, energy, strength, focus, and maturity to follow through with any endeavor you are pursuing. If you are experiencing conflict, he brings you the strength, the courage, and the drive to overcome your challenge. See your life through the soul of the charioteer. You will discover how to control and use your intuition and your personal power, directing its creative force into success and victory. Because remember, you are the driver of your destiny. Well, what a particularly interesting set of cards for you. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, there it is, your June 2021 reading. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did providing it to you. I'm sure that you did. Now, if you did can you please leave a like? Because YouTube gods like likes on channels, and it allows other people to enjoy what we enjoy. But look, I love doing that for you, and I think it's going to be a very good month for you. A couple of things to get over, a little bit of, a bump here and there, but things moving forward really well. And isn't it interesting how much information can be derived from just looking at the one card? It never ceases to amaze me. But until I see you again next time, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.